Partner, 28F, refuses to spend Valentine's Day with me, 28F. Hey. I'm 28F and my girlfriend Jade is 28F. We've been together for 4 years. Every year for Valentine's Day, Jade spends the entire day and evening with her best friend Brooke. They call it Valentine's Day, and started this tradition when they were younger and single. The first year we were dating, I didn't think anything of it because we were a fairly new couple. The second year I was a bit bummed out and told Jade that and said maybe next year we can spend it together, and she said yeah maybe. The third year I asked again and she said no, it's her and Brooke's day. Now we're coming up on our 4th Valentine's Day and I'm wondering how to handle this. Brooke has been single this entire time. I know most people roll their eyes at Valentine's Day, but there's 2 reasons why this is important to me. Jade knows about all of this, we've had this conversation more than once. First, I was never allowed to celebrate any of those holidays growing up, Halloween, V-Day, Christmas, etc. And so I really enjoy going all out celebrating holidays now that I can. I think that Valentine's Day is a cute reminder of how much you love and appreciate your partner, and it's special time carved out each year to be a bit cheesy with your love. Second, not quite as important but still relevant, we live in a small town that really hypes up those holidays and always puts on really fun activities. They generally have a market, some games, stuff like that. The Valentine's one is all set up to be very romantic and cute. And the restaurant set up the tables in 2s with candles and balloons lol. Jade goes with Brooke, and I don't go at all. I don't want to go alone given everything is set up for couples, and my friends are all dating or married so they go with their partners. We've talked in the past about spending V-Day with all 3 of us, but Jade says that ruins the idea of it being a Valentine's with no partners, and I also don't really want that either. I also think I should throw in here that this has absolutely nothing to do with Brooke. I think she's wonderful and there's no issue there at all. I don't want to break their tradition, but after waiting 4 years I would like to spend at least one Valentine's Day with my partner instead of sitting at home on the couch. Any advice on how to handle this? Am I being ridiculous, should I just drop it, or is it fair of me to want this? Edit. To all the creepy men inboxing me offering to be my Valentine's date. I didn't think it was possible for me to be even more gay than I already am, but somehow you've done it. Valentine's Day is February 13th. Valentine's Day is February 14th. It's very reasonable that after 4 years, you want to spend Valentine's Day with your partner. Traditions change. I think you need to have a conversation with Jade about how she's excluding you from being able to celebrate Valentine's Day, a holiday for couples. Nothing is wrong with spending the day before with Brooke, and you need to feel like your relationship is a priority. Valentine's Day is the day before Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a day to celebrate love and friendship, but let's be honest here, it is really more a day for lovers. Talk to Jade, let her know how important this day is to you. They can have Valentine's Day another day. What about when Jade's friend gets a partner? Will it now be your turn finally? Many things to discuss. So, your girlfriend completely ignores the fact that this is hurting you immensely, and prioritizes her friend over you? And her friend expects her to put her above you? Yeah. No, they're being unreasonable. Friendships are important, but Valentine's Day is for partners. I don't care much about it myself, but if I had a partner that did, I'd go out of my way to make sure they have a great one. Are you sure Brooke is single? This is so childish. They can have their day before or after. Is her friend needy or something? I'd be giving her an ultimatum. Valentine's Day with me or no gifts, no flowers, no roses anymore. It just would be non-existent between the 2 of you as long as she's giving that special day to her friend. And her friend sounds needy as fuck because I would not let my friend not be with her man to be with me on that day. I still don't understand why this had to be an all-day thing with the girls. I mean, all day from morning to night and beyond is a little excessive? I don't see why you can't do both. Let the girls go do something fun, and you get the evenings. What is she doing, spending the night with her too? No, you're not being ridiculous at all, you've been with her for 4 years. It's completely reasonable that you would want to spend Valentine's Day with your partner. I think you need to speak to your girlfriend and remind her that while it might not mean much to some people, to you it's important. Surely your girlfriend could have her Valentine's Day the day before or after with her friend instead. My friend, 23 female, always wants to wear my clothes, but she's bigger than me and I don't like sharing. We took a trip together and she keeps asking to wear my clothes. It really bothers me because 1. I don't like sharing my stuff, and 2. She's bigger than me. We're about the same height, but I'm 115 pounds and she's about 160 or so. My clothes are small and I feel like they're being stretched out. I don't know how to say no without sounding petty. TLDR friend is bigger than me and always wants to borrow my clothes and I don't know how to say no. I wouldn't mention the size, but just say that you're not a big fan of sharing your clothes and that you can tell her where you got them. If she has an issue with that, her entitlement is yikes grimace. No. I don't share clothes. Please don't take my things. For the last time, I said no. No. I'd prefer not. Just tell her no. They're your clothes. Practice in the mirror. Learning to say no is an important life skill. No is a complete sentence. Just say she's bigger titties than you and it's causing gaping in your tops. Tell her no. Any grown adult should not be wearing someone else's clothes, especially when you know you are different sizes. Just say you don't like to share your clothes as a hygiene thing. You could also say you don't want to have to wash your clothes more often than necessary and wear them out. Lastly, you could say the clothes were expensive and you don't want to borrow them. I think it's pretty rude of her to do that. Personally, I do not borrow clothes from my friends because of hygiene. It's not petty to tell her no. It's kind of creepy she keeps asking to wear your clothes. Found out my boyfriend has been lying about his female friend. Been with my, probably soon to be ex-boyfriend about 10 months. He has a group of friends that he is really close with, one of whom is a single woman. They seem fairly close but no closer than anyone else in the group, so I didn't worry about it. I asked my BF, Jake, 36, when I first met her if they had ever dated or been involved and he said no and that was that. Well, over the weekend we were having some drinks with his friends and we were talking about traveling. As the friend group has gone on several trips together, it's kind of their thing. As the drinks flowed and my boyfriend was joking about traveling with one of his buddies, his buddy blurts out, "It doesn't count if it's not in the US, right?" Jake laughed and corrected him saying, "Not in the continent, not the asshole LUS," and everyone else laughed. And then this female friend says, "Nope. I remember that Alaska cruise and I remember us stumbling past the slot machines. That were in fact on our way to the room, so that ship was in international waters." Jake laughed again and said, "I stand corrected." I followed up with him after and he admitted that him and this friend had in fact hooked up on a few trips they had gone on in the past, but he says it was just drunken shenanigans in another country years ago and they don't really count it and nothing has ever happened when not on a trip. He says that he doesn't like to hook up with strangers in foreign countries, so they thought it was safer for them to just hook up, like that is some valid reason. FML. I liked this one a lot too. He's far too old to be lying like that. If it was so minor, why not just mentio it when you asked in the first place? Speak to him about it, but if you're not happy, keep it pushing. His friend will most likely always be in the picture. If you're fine with that, then go ahead and stay with him. I just don't get why he would lie and then openly joke about it in front of you. What else has he lied about? If you can't trust him, what's the point? You can do better. Ask him this. If she had given you syphilis and the end of your dick rotted off, would it not count since you were in international waters? The problem isn't the hookups, it's blatant lying, and now he's being a manipulative jackass about his lies. Not a good look. She wanted you to know. It's likely things for her aren't quite so platonic. There is a reason on a subconscious level that you asked him if they had been involved. That's he's trying to get away with. A technicality is messed up. He has displayed so little respect for you that I don't know how you stay in this relationship. Especially since he's defending himself. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so sorry. It's so gross that he and this girl would brazenly joke about hooking up right in front of you as if you wouldn't immediately connect the dots and realize he's been lying to you this whole time. Here to third, fourth, the statement it's not that it happened. It's that he lied about it. If he had been honest, then it is what it is. My, F24, sister, F26, told everyone that I lost the baby weight by having an eating disorder. We got pregnant around the same time, with our children being born 3 weeks apart. I went back to my previous size after having my baby, and when my sister asked me what I did, I told her nothing special, because that is the truth. Why in the world would I need to lie? She thought I was lying to her, and would not shut up about it ever since. My sister's husband had a dinner party for his birthday. I was talking to his sister. She mentioned how I didn't look like I had a baby last year. My sister, who isn't even in the conversation, then goes, "Yeah. 'Cause she practically has an eating disorder." Silence, all across the table. I mean, who says that? 1. That's complete false, and 2. Even if I did, Why would you mention that at your husband's birthday dinner? It's always been this weird competition between us. I gave in up until I was like a junior, but she just keeps and keeps on going. Even if I do decide to cut her off, she'll still be everywhere. Our family is close, her husband and my fiancé are very close, and it's just… She drains me, she really does. By the sound of it, she feels competitive and always needs to assert her superiority over you. Based on the old saying, never argue with an idiot, they will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. I would suggest that as far as possible you do not engage with her, and just calmly refute her assertions and correct any misunderstandings. It can be tiring, and after a few instances in the same group, you can certainly ask her why she feels the need to spread lies and gossip about you. The people around the two of you will, in time, make up their own minds about the situation. Have you tried shaming her? Next time she mentions something, say, "Why would you say that?" Then look at her blankly until she responds. Keep asking her that in a calm manner. She will feel like an idiot. If she says something like, "Don't get upset. I'm just worried." You say, "I'm not upset. I'm just wondering why you would be spreading rumors about me. It's kind of strange. Why do you think you're doing that?" The trick to this working is to remain completely calm, and never explain yourself. Tell her and everyone around the next time she comments that your eating disorder was eating healthy and not stuffing your face and using the pregnancy as an excuse. Then sit back and watch the fireworks. Actually, I love to eat, and it looks like you do, too. Okay. Please don't say this, but it is fun to think of the reactions if you were to say this in public. If she's like most women I've met who make petty remarks like hers, she can dish it out but will erupt in tears if you fire back. Take what Mr. Victorian painting called the middle high ground, calmly ask her, "Why would you say that?" and watch her try to evade the question. Keep pressing her, calmly and without raising your voice. "You're dodging and ducking, but you're not answering my question. Why would you say that? So what kind of evidence do you have that makes you believe I have an eating disorder?" And see what she has to say to that. The lie may not be meant to harm you. It seems to me she is feeling bad about her weight and is justifying it this way. Your family and friends will see this too. Call her out every time she makes negative comments. She says you have an eating disorder. Response with "Thanks for your concern. I eat clean and healthy." That's not a disorder, it's called eating healthy. They are body shaming you and call them out each time. Ask her in front of everyone if she's having mental health issues causing her to have delusions. When she says no, tell her then her spiteful lies are unforgivable.